Hey everybody. Okay, so I wanted to make this video. It was actually what I talked about on my last Zoom. Is kind of what I'm going to be talking about in this video because not everybody got on that Zoom and I wasn't able to record it. So I wanted to make it into a YouTube video because not only will my team benefit from it, but other teams are going to benefit from it as well. So this applies to old distributors, but it's really a message for new distributors. So a lot of the time I see new distributors start out, they're really excited, and then their first month passes by and they're not making $30,000 a month after 1 month and they quit. So I want to talk about something. I want to talk about time, pretty much, and patience and consistency. So a lot of you guys, when you start, you're like, I love to make like 200 bucks like this month. That would be fantastic. And then you join and we tell you what to do and you don't do it. And then the month ends and maybe you only made like $20 and you're like, this is a scam. There's no way I'm going to make this kind of money, or oh, this is too hard, or I don't have enough time. It's not working for me. I'm not seeing the results that I was looking for. I quit. Let me tell you something. Do you understand that you started a business from ground zero? You look up to all these leaders, Jade Hooper in particular. I'm just going to talk about her. Okay, so I would love to be where she's at. Top 10 income earner, Millionaires Club. She accomplished that in like 2.5, 3 years. So my question is, she probably makes over $50,000 a month, right? That sounds fantastic, right? And if I told you like, hey, Jade Hooper makes, this amount of money, that can be you too, and you get signed up and it doesn't happen in your first month and you're like, oh, I quit. Well, let me tell you something. If you want to be where Jade Hooper is right now, you have to be willing to do everything that she's doing to have gotten to the spot that she's gotten at. And guess what? She's busted her ass for 3 years to get to where she's at. You're not going to do that in a month. I don't expect you to know what you're doing your first month. It's going to take you a couple months because we all have different lives. We all have different schedules. For me, I think I'm a fast learner. Some people are a little bit slower. We're all different and unique. So the way that I work my business, the way that Jade Hooper works her business is going to be completely different. But what I'm going to do as somebody starting out with not knowing anything about what I'm doing is I'm going to look at the people that I want to be in their shoes and I'm going to be like, okay, what is she doing? And I'm going to do it. Not for a month, not for 2 months, but for 3 months and 4 months. And you actually need to give it a shot, you guys. What we do is not hard. It is work. You don't put the work in, you're not going to see the results. But I can tell you something. The work you put in this month, you're not going to see this month. You're going to see it in a couple months. So let me give you an example about my first 3 months, first 5 months in the company. So my first month I joined October 2nd, so pretty much I had an entire month to get customers. I got 7 loyal customers my first month. It was actually really hard for me to get my first loyal customer. I basically made my sister sign up, and I bugged her for a week and she finally did it, right? And then I signed up 7 people and I sold 2 wraps that I had on hand. So I made a $40 commission check and $50 in wrap cash, okay? So I made about $90, which is pretty much my investment back my first month. Cool. I worked, you guys. I posted my 3-3 rule every day, which if you don't know what that is, that's what Jade kind of coined. It's where you talk about the products 3 times a day, morning, noon, and night, and you talk about the business, your lifestyle post 3 times a day. I'm not saying you got to write a book 3 times a day, but stuff pertaining to the business. Oh. So anyways, I did that every day for my first month, and I got 7 customers. I talked to all kinds of people. I was adding people. I didn't know what I was doing. I had no experience in sales or anything like this at all. So when somebody who has been successful in this business told me what to do, that's what I did. I just watched YouTube videos of Jade and Jocelyn my first month. So first month I made like a $40 commission check. The second month I signed 8 loyal customers, and I think 4 distributors. I'm not sure on the distributor number. I have it in my binder and I'm not pulling it out. But anyways, I ended up signing up my husband that month. I think I made $99 and he made 30. So I made about $120 in our commission checks combined. And I think I got a couple fast start bonuses. If I didn't get it that month, I got it the next month. But just like your average commission check, my second month I made about $120. And I was like, heck yeah, it was 40. I just tripled that in my second month. And I continued posting 3-3 rule every day. I was adding every day. I was messaging every day. I was following up. I was constantly learning. I was on all the calls. I was watching as many YouTube videos as I could. And then my third month, I went Ruby in December. So I went from signing 7 customers to 8 customers my second month. My third month, I signed 19 loyal customers in December of 2015. Okay. I did a lot of cold messaging. I continued posting every day, consistently, every single day. I can promise you the 14, almost 15 months that I've been in this business, you can scroll through my Instagram and my Facebook. I guarantee there's at least one product and one live post every day. Every single day. I don't care what I've had going on. I recently went through a surgery to have thyroid cancer, to have my thyroid taken out. And when I went through cancer treatment, I signed up a customer the day I had my thyroid taken out, and I got into the recovery room. As soon as I got to the recovery room and my husband came in, I was like, where's my phone? He gave me my phone, and that night I signed up a loyal customer. You guys, everybody has things going on, and I guarantee that there are people in this business going through exactly what you're going through. Sorry, I'm pretty sure it's 12:30. But some of you are choosing to use what you're going through as an excuse and allowing that to hold you back from being successful or working your business. And there are other people who are like, I'm using this to motivate me to bust my ass to work my business so I don't have to go through this anymore or deal with this anymore or get out of this rut, whatever it may be. It's all about your mindset. You believe what you want to believe. What you think doesn't affect me. This is your business. It affects you. Okay? So anyways, December, for working really, really hard 3 months straight, I earned the $500 Ruby bonus. But at that point, when I joined, they split it up into 2 payments. So they gave us $250 that month, and we had to hit Ruby again the next month if we wanted the other half of our Ruby bonus. So I went Ruby that month, and I think between my check and my husband's check, I made about $600 to $700 my third month. So 3 months in a row, it took me a lot of consistency, a lot of hard work. I stayed up a lot of nights, sacrificed my sleep to go from making $40 to $700 in 3 months. Okay? So January rolls around, my 4th month, and I enrolled 16 loyal customers, and I was charted Emerald and I missed it by a little bit of volume. And then February rolled around and I enrolled 16 customers again, and I was charted diamond, and I went diamond in February, my 5th month in the business. I went diamond, which is the top 1.55%. I believe it's 1.55% in the company. So in 5 months, I accomplished that. And not only did I earn my Ruby bonus in December, I earned my husband's Ruby bonus in January, and my sister had also signed up and I was working her business, and I earned her, and her Ruby bonus was actually the $1,000 because it was the double Ruby. I earned her Ruby bonus in February, so I've earned 3 Ruby bonuses. I went emerald 2 days before I went diamond, and then my husband was my emerald egg for my diamond chart, so I earned 2 emerald bonuses, and which were $1,000 each. And then February, I earned the $20,000 diamond bonus. So with everything combined in February, I made about $4,500. Not to brag, I'm not bragging, but 5 months of busting my ass every day gave me $4,500 that month, which was more than my husband made as a sergeant in the Marine Corps who'd been in for 7 years. That's the first time in my life I've ever been able to say that I made more than him, and he has gone above and beyond for us and sacrificed so much for us that the reason I joined this business was so I could contribute to our family. And for me to make more than him that month meant more to me than you'll ever know. That fueled a fire. Oh my gosh. That's all I aim for now. Like, I just want to make more than my husband because I want to contribute and do more than what I'm doing, because he has always supported me and our family and given us a roof over our head and food in our bellies and paid my car off. He's paying my school loans. Like, I do this for him. So let me ask you a question. Kay Souter, we were recently on a Zoom with her with Jade. And it's like, if you want to be where she is right now, it took her 8 years to get there. Are you ready to commit? If you want to be where Jade is, are you ready to commit 3 consistent, hardworking years to become a millionaire in this company? What about be where Kay Souter is? Are you willing to commit 8 years to get to that point in your business where you just have so much financial freedom and can give back? It's ridiculous. You guys aren't even giving it a month, some of you. It's insane. And some of you, maybe you've been in this business a year. And if you reflect back on that year, you worked hard some months, you didn't work hard other months. Some days you were good, some days were bad days. Etc. So in your head that you didn't work it like you could have. You didn't work it like you should have. But it got discouraging, and you just, feel like it's not going anywhere, so you want to quit. Here's the thing. I don't understand quitting in this business, because not only do we not have to pay for our website, you can turn that off and still work your business, call your orders in. Saves you $20 there. You don't have to run an auto shipment, and please tell me another company where you don't have to order products. You just need to get at least $150 in sales, and if you're working your business every month like you should and you can't afford to run your website or an auto shipment, you better be busting your butt to get at least like 4 customers to hit 150. That's, the average 4 to 5 customers. Not even that. Some people, you can get like 2 low customers and get 150. It's not hard, I promise you. The steps to success is our bread and butter, and step 2 is 4 loyal customers each month that we aim for. If you're doing that every month, you're going to be commission qualified. If you can't afford to do that yet, or you're not in a place to make that happen with an auto shipment, work your business and get 4 people signed up. Have a wrap party. Have your friend host a wrap party. Sign up 4 people at a wrap party in one day. Okay, you guys are just using everything as an excuse. I'm going to get sidetracked here because I'm I'm a little heated. Anyways, so I don't understand quitting because you don't have to put anything out. So if you feel like you're putting out more than what you're taking in, turn your website off, don't run an auto shipment, bust your butt to be commission qualified and get back into the positives, okay? And we don't have a minimum per month. So it's like if you're not commission qualified, nothing happens. You know, you don't get kicked out of the company. They don't charge you. It's just you're not going to get paid, right? Maybe you've got stuff going on this month or next month, you know, and if that's, I'm not saying that there aren't legit excuses. I'm not saying you can't take a day off or two, but I'm telling you, the day that you take a day off is the day that I'm not going to take off, and maybe I ended up adding somebody that either, you know, you never followed up with, or maybe that day if you would have added people, you would have added them before me, and they actually would have signed up with you and become a distributor with you. But maybe, you know, they're the next ambassador diamond because you took a day off. I ended up getting to them first, and they're my ambassador diamond. Oh, hold on a second. My son is crying. Okay, sorry about that. My son woke up. So anyways, I'm not saying you can't take a day off. I'm not saying, you know, you can't, you know, because I've probably taken maybe 5 days off in the 14 months that I've been doing this. And, you know, you have to understand the repercussions of that. Because there, you know, one of those days off that I took, so, you know, Jade could have signed up as a distributor. You know, the people that are signing up with Jade, the people that are signing up with everybody else that you know, you feel like you can't find anybody to sign up or nobody's got the money. There are people signing people every day. They're just getting to them first. This is an entire numbers game. The more people you talk to, the more potentials, you increase your chances of somebody signing up. So if you talk to 5 people and they say no and you give up, okay, bye. But what if I told you you had to get 50 no's before you got 1 yes? Like if that was like across the board every single time, I bet you would hurry up and talk to a bunch of 50 people to sign up that one person, talk to 50 people more and get that second person. I mean, obviously, I can't guarantee that, but I'm telling you, it's a numbers game. If you're signing maybe 2 distributors a month on average, and you want to sign 10 distributors next month, you need to talk to 5 times as many people that you talk to this month. If you want to sign 5 times as many people next month, you know, it's a numbers game. So I'm signing on average 3 to 5. If I want to sign 10 to 15, I got to talk to 5 times as many people as I'm already talking to. It's a huge numbers game, right? And all those people that I sign up are gonna work their business or keep going, you know. That's normal too. Jade, and Kay, and I'm just using them as an example because that's the recent Zoom we had. They didn't get to where they are in 3 years and 8 years by getting everybody saying yes to everybody they've ever talked to, right? Jade gets no's every day. She gets ignored every day. People tell her that they're going to sign up and then they never sign up or respond back ever again. You guys, everything, all the emotions and everything that you're going through in this business, I've been through it. Jade's been through it. We've all been through it. Not necessarily at the same points in our business, but we've been through all the same exact things, just at different, you know, we've all had different, maybe the first 5 people I signed up quit on me, and maybe your first 5 people are rock stars, but maybe your next 5 people I'll quit, and my next 5 people are rock stars, you know. We all go through the same things. I can promise you this. I can promise you that people say no, that people ignore you, that people will block you, that people will say bad things about it. And the only reason those people say bad things about it is because they don't understand. And, you know, people tend to hold a grudge against things that they don't really comprehend until they get all the facts, you know. So, but anyways, Another thing I wanted to talk about is consistency. So the reason it's so important to post every day, multiple times a day, for the rest of the time you're in this business is because, one, not everybody checks Facebook at the same time. A lot of people are on at night. Some people check it before they go to work. Some people check it on their lunch break. So you just never know. Some people don't check their phones every day for Facebook. So maybe the posts that you decide to make today and tomorrow were really good. You were really excited about your business like today and tomorrow. But maybe the potential, maybe your next Ambassador Diamond doesn't check their Facebook every day. So those 2 days that you were really motivated and excited to post, they didn't get to see it because they weren't on. And maybe, because some of you get really excited for a couple days or a week and you talk about how amazing this company is and how amazing these products are. And then you don't hear from you. Nobody hears from you for the next 2 weeks. If this company and these products were so amazing and doing amazing things for you, why aren't you still talking about it? You're going to lose credibility. People are going to discredit you, and that's your fault. Not that it isn't true. This company is amazing and these products are amazing, but people don't join you right away usually when you first start because they want to see where you take this and what you do with this. If you're excited about it 1 week and not excited about it the next 2 weeks, people are going to. Sorry, my husband just woke up. You have to see the importance of the consistency. I'm not saying you need to post 12 times a day. I stay home. I have the ability to work my business that way. I usually get about 6 to 9 to 12. It really varies with what I have going on. But like I said, there's at least one life and one product post in there. Other people can't post as much, and that's fine. You would need to use tools like Buffer, where you can set up your post and your wording. You can pick the date and the time, and it'll post for you. You don't even have to touch your phone. So if you're willing to take the 30 seconds or 30 minutes that it takes to set up posts while you're laying in bed the night before, and if this business is important to you and you're willing to do what it takes, don't be lazy about it, you guys. You cannot be lazy if you want to go places. I'm not saying you have to run. I'm not saying you got to run. Some people only join this business for a couple $100s, and that's fine. Other people want to, make $1 million a month, and that's fine too. Whatever it is, I'm telling you, if this is, you got to tell me what kind of money you want to make, and I can tell you what you need to do to get there. You have to be willing to put the work in. So you guys just need to be realistic. I'm not saying, people have gone diamond in a month. People have gone double diamond in a month. I'm not sure about triple. I think triple was 2 months. I'd have to look. But it's possible. It took me 5 months to go diamond. Some people have been in this business a year and they haven't promoted once. And, maybe I know it took Jocelyn Yates 9 months to go executive, I think. And now she's an Ambassador Diamond. Had she quit, she wouldn't be where she is today. If your future self could come to you 5 years from now and be like, hey, 5 years from now, if you keep working your business, you're going to be a top 50 income earner with this company. But you have to work your business every day for the next 5 years. Are you willing to commit right now to working your hardest for the next 5 years to get to that point where you can quit your job if that's what you want to do? You can buy a mansion, buy whatever car you want, give back to and help as many people as you want if you worked really hard for the next 5 years. Obviously your future self can't come and tell you that, but I'm telling you that's the reality of the situation. We were listening to the story from Brandy, gosh, I can't remember, Estates, or I can't remember her last name, I'm sorry, on the Zoom the week before, Kay Souders, and she was like, she went to this One Team One Mission, and they asked, for the executives to stand up, and then they asked if you were a Ruby, stand up, if you were an emerald, diamond, double, triple presidential ambassador. Obviously, there are more executives, then a little bit less of the rubies, a little bit less. You know, as they climbed up in the ranks, fewer people stood up, right? And the difference between the ambassadors and the people that just went executive and ruby was time. The ambassadors had been in this business 5 years longer than the people that just went executive and ruby. There's no reason that every single one of you can't be an ambassador one day. It might take me maybe 3 years to go ambassador, and it might take you 10 years to go ambassador. Because we all have different journeys. We all have different situations and things going on in our lives. But we all have the same tools. You know, we all have access to the same tools, the same trainings. You know, that's what the team pages are for. That's what the team calls are for. I will not work your business for you, neither will your enroller or upline. And I'm not here to babysit you and be like, hey, you gonna post today? How many people have you messaged? You guys know what you need to do. You need to post. And if social media, I'm not saying social media is the only way to work your business. I'm telling you, it's a fantastic tool that you should use because, you know, every day I'm posting to about 8,000 people a day on my social media accounts. And those are 8,000 people that, you know, I probably wouldn't get to meet in real life. Right? I stay home with my kids. I don't get out much, so social media is a great tool for me because it allows me to still connect with people online and make sales that way. 90% of my sales are complete strangers that I've met through Instagram and Facebook. Right? Crazy. But maybe social media isn't your thing, and that's completely fine, but you need to learn what you need to do to make up for that. Start hosting parties. Start blitzing more. There are ways to work this business. Mackenzie Schultz, she went double diamond in her first month from wrap parties. Social media isn't the only way, but I can tell you this, that Jade Hooper's team, which is all of us, like the #1 network, social networking team for this company, okay? So if social media is something you struggle with, I highly suggest using it. And we have amazing people on this team that can help you. If you feel like you're not very tech savvy, we can help you. I'm pretty good with Facebook and Instagram, and I'm still learning stuff every day. And that's another thing too. Some of you feel like you don't need to be on meetings or calls or anything anymore because you've got a plan and you know what you want to do. But I learned something new every day. Jade learned something new almost every day. You can't be closed-minded. You have to know that there's always, you know, you could always learn something. Plugging in is one of the most important things that you can do because you never know when somebody's going to say something that could change the way you work your business. It could change your business forever. So, an example where some of the things that Kay Souter says when she's following up with people or how she responds to certain people, she said something and I was like, oh my God, I really like the way that sounded. I'm going to start using that and see how that works for me. Now, I'm not going to send that to the next 5 people and see if it works. You're not going to get results that way. I might use it for about 2 months and see and compare it to how I'd been responding to people or following up with people and see if it worked better. If it worked better for me, then great. I'm going to keep using it. If I saw better results with the way that I was doing things, then I'm going to keep doing it my way. But the thing is, like, who I am and how I work my business is a combination of like 10 different people. I followed a bunch of leaders, you know, people that I would love to trade places with. Those are the people you want to follow. And I like the way that Jade did this. I like the way that Tina did this. I like the way that Ashley does this. And I take advice from everybody that I'd be willing to trade places with. And I try it for a couple months to see if it works better than what I'm doing now. And if it does, then that's what I start doing. So it's okay, like I said, to not post 12 times a day. Start out slow if you have to. Motivation is temporary. creating habits is what's going to, be permanent, and having discipline is what's going to get you through. Start with writing your goals down. You have to have a goal. If you don't have a goal, how are you supposed to get anywhere? If you're not charting every month, how are you know how close you are to your next promotion or where you need to place people to promote? Okay, you guys have to have a goal. Tell yourself, okay, it's the first of the month. I need to chart. I need to do volume. I need to see how far I am from the next promotion. I need to see who's working, where I need to place. I need to plan this month. I want to go Ruby. Pull out a Ruby chart. Do the charting that you need to do and start working to get there. I promise you could do it in a month. People have gone double diamond in a month. If you're going Ruby, that should be easy peasy. Obviously, I think signing loyal customers is the easy part. Signing distributors is the hard part. But unless you're, if you want to get better at it, you have to be consistently trying to get better at it. So when I first started, I didn't have much help from my enroller. She enrolled 2 weeks before I did. And by the time I went diamond, she enrolled her second distributor and she quit and she doesn't do it anymore. I didn't really have much help from her, but she does not determine my success in this business. I determine my success in the business. She was just the person that helped me get started, and I went from there, right? So the first distributor she signed, which was me, I'll be Ambassador Diamond one day, you guys. I don't know when, but I'm going to work for it every day. And how crazy of it is it for her to quit when I could be the presidential on her ambassador chart. And she's got to worry about 4 other people. She didn't even have to worry about me and my team. It's just insane. The person that enrolled her, she doesn't work it anymore. And the person that enrolled her, she does work it. So it took her to enroll a person who enrolled a person who enrolled a person that's like, rocking this business. You never know when you're going to enroll somebody that enrolls somebody. There was an example, and I can't remember who told it, but she was like, this girl enrolled somebody, and before she quit, she enrolled a distributor. Before that girl quit, she enrolled a distributor. And before that girl quit, she enrolled a distributor. And like 7 levels down, they each enrolled like 1 distributor before they quit. That 7th person was her presidential and her ambassador chart. You guys never know. So you might have somebody that quits. Maybe, maybe they've got a team and they quit. But there's somebody that could, blossom out of there. You just never know. Okay, you guys. An advice I can give you besides being consistent about this, working this business, is being passionate. You have to show people you are passionate about this. If you're not passionate about it yet, you need to figure it out. People don't like being sold to. So when they're buying the product and joining the business, that's not what they're drawn to. They're drawn to you and the excitement that you have, how passionate you are about this. You can't just be talking about hating your life 1 minute and be like, oh, there's a bonus going on, you guys. I'm looking for 5 people if somebody's looking to make money. And you never talk about what this business does for you, or how it's changed your life, or how it's changing other people's lives. And, if you're up and down and up and down and up and down, you're giving people whiplash and they're not going to be so interested. So I'm just telling you, everything that you do affects your business. And for those of you, I'm kind of jumping around here, that join this business, I want you to think real quick about how long you watched somebody before you decided to join. How long? How many times did you talk to that person? How many times did you ignore that person's message before you finally responded back and said, hey, I want to start? How long? How many posts did you see? I have an example. I just use this one. One of my best friends from high school, I contacted her when I first started this business, and she wasn't interested in the slightest, and that was fine. And after a year of me posting, like I said, consistently every day, she was finally like, okay, if you can do it, why can't I do it? It's been a year. You're obviously passionate about it. You love what you do. You don't seem to be going anywhere. I want you to be the one that helps me. So she signed up. You can't expect people to want to jump into something that they know nothing about after a month. You know, some people will. I joined Jill, and she'd only been doing it two weeks longer than, you know, before I signed up. So, you know, I just saw an opportunity, and I truly think that this is something that I was meant to do. But I want you guys to think about how many posts you saw, how many times that person followed up with you, whether it be me or somebody else. What kind of post caught your eye? You know, what was our conversation like? Was I super excited in talking about it? Stuff like that. You guys, you're that person now. You're that person that people are watching. You're that person that has to follow up with people 10 times before they finally decide to follow up. I had a loyal customer who was interested, and she's like, okay, I'm on my way home. I'll sign up when I get home. I'll message you when I get home. She never messaged me. I messaged her the next day. She didn't respond. I followed up a couple weeks later. She didn't respond. I followed up the next month. Didn't respond. Sorry. I think she wanted to try the wraps. So after 2 months, I think I switched it up the third month and said, hey, our company is offering this bonus. Would you be interested in making some extra money instead? So I tried to switch it up and like interest her in the business, and she never responded. And I followed up with her, I think, one more time, about 4 months of following up, and I quit. And anytime she would post on Facebook, I would like something or comment if I saw it. So she messaged me out of the blue a year later, which was recently, last month? Yeah, last month. And she's like, hey, I want to try your defining gel and your greens. Can you give me your website? Like, what? Because she was originally interested in the wraps, and then she quit responding to me for 4 months of me following up with her. So I just quit messaging her, and I, you know, engaged, you know, on her profile, liked and left, you know, compliments on her stuff, and let her decide when she was ready herself. But she had to watch me for a year. Had I quit the previous month, she would have bought from somebody else. You just keep going. Okay, you guys? You just keep going. You're going to get told no. People aren't going to believe you. People are going to ignore you. People are going to block you. Just a tip, your family and your closest friends are going to be the hardest to, I don't like to use the word convince, but to sign up or to join or buy from you. That's just the way that it is. I don't know why. It makes zero sense to me, but that just seems to be across the board what's happening. So that's just how it is. Just keep that in mind. Don't try and reinvent the wheel. You probably have heard everything that I've said before, and the reason that it's so repetitive with all the things that you guys, you know, hear is because that's all we do. And everything I'm telling you is true. You guys just have to choose to listen to what we're saying. You know, I've been through every emotion that you've probably been through in this business. So when you feel a certain way, reach out to me, reach out to your enroller, reach out to your upline, reach out to your sideline. Doesn't matter. We're all here for support. I guarantee you somebody's going through exactly what you're going through. And maybe if you reach out, be like, hey, you know, this is something I'm struggling with. You know, what are your guys' tips? Can somebody talk to me? And you never know. Maybe somebody will have advice for you or motivation or whatever it may be that helps change your mindset and helps you become successful. You have to create momentum. So the work that you're doing now is not going to show now. You can't be like, if Mark announced a bonus today, he was like, okay, if you go diamond, within the next 5 days, we're giving $100,000 to everybody that goes diamond by, let's say January 10th. Let's say it's more than 5 days. You can't just now decide to start working your business for this bonus and expect to go from ground zero to diamond in 15 days, right? You have to start working now, because I can tell you, conference is coming up in February, the new year. Apparently, this is what I keep hearing, 2006, this was my first full year, so I have nothing to compare it to yet. But apparently 2016 was a pretty bad year for some people. So we're ready to get that out of the way. 2017 is going to be fantastic. I don't know what is being announced at conference, or anything that's being announced next year, but I can tell you that I'm going to be prepared for it. And when they announce, that's why I earned that $20,000 bonus in February when they announced it at conference. I was like one person charted from diamond that month, and it was because of the month I joined in October. From that day is when I started working up towards that moment when I went diamond and earned that bonus. It wasn't because I just decided to start working in February. It was because I was working in October, November, December, January, and February, and they just so happened to announce a bonus that month. And that's the month I earned that bonus. You guys need to get prepared. You need to create a momentum. If you have a busy life, you're going to have to consistently try for a month or two to find a schedule that works for you. You have to consistently try, or else it's not going to work. You have to your why's got to make you cry. If it doesn't make you cry, it's not big enough. Because when those hard days come, it's not going to push you through, okay? Don't let your whys turn into your excuses, right? That happens for a lot of us, I think. Let me check my notes real quick. Okay, 2 more points here. So the people, this goes to, you got to put the work in now if you want to see results later. The people, I signed so far 5 distributors this month. The people that I have signing this month are people that I talked to a couple months ago. So if you're not signing anybody right now, it's because you didn't do any work a couple months ago, okay? People I talked to, the girl I signed today, I've been talking to her since October of last year. Followed up with her, invited her an opportunity call, etc., etc., kept building a relationship with her. She signed up because of the work that I've done previous months. Not because I messaged her tonight. She was like, hey, that sounds good. Let me spend $100 and get signed up and join now. That's not how it works, you guys. That's not how it works. So, my slower months, I'm like, man, I only signed 1 distributor this month. And be like, you know what? It's not because of the work because, I've been busting my butt this month and I only signed 1 distributor. It's because of the work I didn't do a couple months ago. That's why I only signed 1 distributor. So you guys have to keep that in mind. My biggest advice to anybody that's new is to catch the vision as soon as possible. I caught it from the day that I started, and I haven't stopped running. Okay? I might have went diamond in my first 5 months. I'm still a diamond come 14 months in. So it's been, almost 10 months that I've been a diamond. I'm not going to quit because I haven't become double yet. It will happen at some point. I don't know when, but it will, right? There's no reason to quit. And, so catch the vision, understand the potential that this company has for you. I don't care why you joined. Maybe you love your job and you want to keep working, but maybe you just want to, not work overtime and be able to take, days off for your kids' sporting events or your birthday. And Maybe you are good, you're financially sound, but you don't have a savings account or a savings built up, or maybe a college fund for your kids. Maybe this all go towards building a savings. I don't care what it is. We can all be investor diamonds. They make over $30,000 a month, and I know that seems unreal, but if you don't believe you can make that kind of money, you will never make it if you don't believe it. So, you guys need to write down your goals for 2017. You need to start working hard. You need to start watching videos. You need to start asking questions. You need to start posting if you don't know what to post. Go to your enroller or your upline. Let's see. I think I had one more thing. No, I think that's it. Okay. So just, to kind of just recap what this was about, because I like to go on rants and I go off on tangents. For anybody that's new, for anybody that's, some of this applies to, people that have been here longer, know that this takes time. I want you to think about how long it took you to join, what kind of conversations you have, how many times you ignored somebody, how many times you said no before you finally took a leap of faith. For me, I saw one post and had one conversation, was like, all right, let's do this. So, it was pretty rare for somebody to see a post that day, sign up that day, and be where I'm at. But I don't determine your success. Your enroller doesn't determine your success. You determine your success. Sorry, you. And the people, the difference between where you are now and where you want, be in the people's shoes that you want to be in, they've probably got a lot more time in the business than you did. And what happens is when people quit, when you first start, and you learn things, you learn how to do things better, you learn what not to say. You have to go through those mistakes to build who you are now. Who I am now and how I work my business now and what kind of a leader I am now is not who I was when I started. It's not how I work my business when I started. It's not the same messages. It's not the same posts. I'm posting every day, but the way that I do things now is a little different. That's because of trial and error and trying advice and finding things that worked for me, because not everything works for everybody. But unless you try, you're never going to know. So just understand that it's just a numbers game. You have to just keep talking to more people. Look at how many people you're signing right now and figure out what number you'd like to see that be, and then multiply it to get to that number. So if I'm signing 3 distributors a month, and I want to start signing 15 distributors a month, I need to talk to 5 times as many people as I'm currently talking to. You have to understand that the work you put in now won't be seen until a couple months later, as long as you keep going. People are watching you, even if you don't get any interaction on your posts. I still have posts that get maybe 3 likes, and they're usually like from my team. That doesn't mean people aren't watching. I've had people message me and say, hey, I've been watching, I've been interested in this hair, skin, and nails that you're talking about. Can you give me a little bit more info? They've never liked or commented on a post before. I just got a message out of the blue. I never would have known they were interested because I never showed any interest. So people are watching. And it could be people like your best friend who watched you, want to watch you for a year before you joined, and that's okay. You got to give them something to watch, right? You want to be in my shoes. You want to go diamond in 5 months. I can tell you how to get there. You just got to be willing to do the work. Okay, you guys? Remember that. Remember that this is probably the most exciting and amazing thing that I've ever done in my entire life. People know that this is just a part of my life. It's not a hobby. This is not a hobby for me. This is a lifestyle. It's changed my family's life. I'm helping change other people's lives. I've never been healthier. It's just a really amazing opportunity. And if you can just catch the vision as soon as possible, you guys, and really, really give this a shot more than just a month, and just listen to people, give this business a year, and it will change your life. I can promise you that. Have a good night, you guys.